Manchester City or Liverpool, who do I want to win the league? Now, really, there should be no conversation to be had here. If this conversation were taking place a decade or so ago, the only answer would have been Man City. I feel like Meryl Streep. Yeah, you heard that correctly. I genuinely do feel like Meryl Streep. What I am currently faced with is a choice between Manchester City and Liverpool to win the league. And I have to make that choice. And I feel exactly like she did in the film Sophie's Choice. That is what I am faced with. Sophie's Choice. It's a tremendous, heart-wrenching film. And the character Sophie has to make a choice where both outcomes are bad. And that is what I feel like I have to do here. I have to decide between Liverpool winning the league and Manchester City winning the league. What do I prefer? What do I want to happen? What is a least offensive outcome for me? And when I think about it, initially, the answer would have been Man City to win the league. Of course it would. Because historically, Chelsea have no rivalry with Manchester City. Manchester City are no threat to Chelsea, not in a rivalry sense. And I have no real antipathy to them. As a fan base, I like them. And generally speaking, Man City were never a rival of Chelsea. So if you were asking me this question a decade ago, it would have 100% been City. But as Bob Dylan said, the times they are a-changing. And now, I think it's a lot closer. Liverpool and Chelsea, although there was no historical rivalry, what happened in the early 2000s was pretty intense. It was a great time for football. It was a great time for the Premier League. It was a great time for both clubs. We loved it. They won a European Cup. We won our first league for 50 years. Benitez arrived. Mourinho arrived about 3 weeks apart from one another. And we embarked on this journey where we played each other so frequently, so regularly. And we were constantly getting one over on each other. They were beating us in Europe, but we were battering them at Anfield to win the league. They were winning the European Cup. We were winning the Premier League. We played them in Cardiff and we beat them. And it became a real serious rivalry. It was a great time for football. One of the most depressing moments I've ever had in football was sitting in the away end at Anfield, watching the entire Kop reverberate to that song about Torres. His armband proved he was a red Torres. Torres. Painful. But the times they are a-changing, as Bob Dylan said, and I'm now not convinced that I wholeheartedly want City to win it. I think it would be brilliant for Pep Guardiola not to win the league. I'm finding the era of dominance that Manchester City are embarking upon pretty annoying. And also, I think what Jurgen Klopp and FSG to a degree deserve credit here, but it's 90% Klopp. I'm kind of in admiration. And therefore, the meritocrat within me sort of wants Klopp to win it because I think he deserves to win it. I think what he has built is sensational. They took that Coutinho money and they invested it and they were clever, and Klopp signed players that some people didn't think could make it, and yet he managed to elevate the performances. And I'm a football fan and I'm impressed by it. Whereas with Man City, it feels bent. So I don't know where I sit on this. So I thought the best thing I could do was to invite some friends, some articulate, esteemed guests onto the channel to help me explore this. Who do they want to win the league? Do they want Liverpool? Do they want City? These friends here, they support the likes of Tottenham, QPR, Fulham. They don't really have a dog in the fight. So it'll be interesting to see who they think. And maybe that will help shape my opinion. I think what we'll do, though, we'll start with a man who certainly does have a dog in the fight. Let's start with Adam McCullough. Let's hear what he has to say. And then we can explore it all at the end.
Yo, Rory, what's going on? Hope you guys are all doing well. So, who do you want to win the league? City or Liverpool? City or Liverpool? City or Liverpool? Oh my God, it makes me feel sick. Easy choice though, I'm not going to lie. An easy choice. Manchester United currently sit on 20 league titles. Liverpool currently sit on 19 league titles. Who do you think I want to win? In fact, even if Liverpool only had 0 league titles, I wouldn't want them to win it. United's rivalry with Liverpool, for me personally, is bigger. So anyone but Liverpool, even if it means City and Boovy are happy. Oh.
Who do I want to win between the two of them? Liverpool, Man City? Neither, obviously, is the answer. That's the correct answer. That's the answer everybody should be giving. But if you had to pick the two, do you know what? The first time they were going at it, I wanted Manchester City to win it because they were, they cheated their way to it. They spent all the money. They got the best manager. They got all the best infrastructure. They put the most amount of money into their squad. So you're thinking, well, if Liverpool win the league, it holds up a mirror to the rest of us that you can do it without being that. So it used to be Manchester City, but such has been the change that I've witnessed in the Man City fan base, that they've become almost as unbearable as Liverpool. So they've both become similar evils to me. And for that reason, I'm now shifting towards Liverpool, because I want Man City fans to feel the pain. Because that's what we're talking about here, is what group of fans do you want to see suffer? And out of the two, I think Man City. Because they've gone from being, the fan base that deserves it, right? The fan base that never had anything, that lived in the shadow of Manchester United, and they're now become expectant. They now think they deserve it. They now think they think all of the good stuff is coming their way and they deserve it. Whereas you've had all the good stuff and now you're starting to behave like wankers. So for that reason, Liverpool.
Hello there, Mr. Jennings and everyone on Rory's channel. He's asked me to say who I think wins the league this year, and I know it's tight, I know it's going to be tough, but for me, Man City are going to take it. They've just got that easier run of games. The hardest team they play is probably West Ham, whereas Liverpool have got it that little bit more difficult. Both of them, I imagine, will go on runs in the Champions League and win both of their next games, which will take their toll, but Man City just have probably the stronger squad and the easier run of fixtures. So for me, going with the favourites, Man City.
It is a pleasure to feature on the Rory Jennings YouTube channel. I'm going with Liverpool. They got robbed of having fans to celebrate their only Premier League title. It feels like it's only fair that they should get that experience, and I think what they've built is incredible. Yeah, they've spent some money, okay, but they have got the most out of pretty much every single player they've bought, and Jurgen Klopp has created an absolute joke of a squad on limited resources. Let's be honest, limited resources when you compare to Manchester City's spending. Now, I think Jurgen Klopp would take the Premier League, and if you offered Pep Guardiola the Champions League right now, I think there would be a handshake under the table. So for me, I got to go with Liverpool as a neutral. I like seeing how they play. I like that front five is a joke now. That front five, those strikers they've got, the options they've got is scary. And I think Man City might focus a little bit more of their energy on the Champions League, especially as they progress with an easier draw in the next round. Well, we think. So I'm going to go with Liverpool to put in a title charge and hope that they can win it and have a packed out Anfield and Liverpool celebrating in the city with their fans. What do we think?
Hello, mate. Hope you're well. Who do I want to win the Premier League title? Queen's Park Rangers. Out of Liverpool and Manchester City, I think I would like Liverpool to win it again. When they did win it, they didn't get to lift the trophy in front of their fans. I think that's a little bit harsh on them. Also, you don't want one team winning it and winning it and winning it again. Man City are so dominant. Liverpool have had a few ups and downs, but overall got a team that I really enjoy watching. If I had to watch one of those two, I would go towards Liverpool. So with that in mind, Liverpool.
Who I want to win the league from an Arsenal point of view, okay? From an Arsenal fan's point of view. And I really thought about this, and it's been tough because obviously it's out of Manchester City and Liverpool. And we don't have a rivalry with either of those teams. I know I said in my podcast that no one cares about Man City and everyone wants Man City to win the league so their actual rivals don't win it. And I believe that. I genuinely believe that because Man City are they've been about for the last 10 years, 10 plus years, just over 10 years, and they don't have rivalry, deep-rooted rivalry with anyone. So Man City winning the league wouldn't affect anyone really as bad as it would if United were to win the league, or Chelsea to win the league, or Liverpool were to win the league for United fans. But for me, maybe not as an Arsenal fan, just me in general, out of the two, I think I'd rather Liverpool win the league. And the reason for that, well, to be fair, there's a few reasons to be fair. First reason is, I think if City win the league every single year, it gets boring. Yeah, if we get two big dogs fighting it here and there, it's amazing. Secondly, I'm a fan of stories and fairy tales, and I think Liverpool being behind most of the season and coming back and winning it will be absolutely amazing. Great story. I also like this Liverpool team a lot more than I like the Man City team. The Man City team seem a bit too perfect for me, and I like teams that I feel are put together from I wouldn't say the unwanted, but like the misfits kind of players, where you got the Andy Robertson who played for Hull, and you've got Trent who came from the academy and who was a centre mid, and you've got Van Dijk who played in Celtic and then he played for Southampton, and you've got Salah who was like a reject at Chelsea and now he's like the best player in the world, and you got Mane who was an incredible pickup from first Southampton and then Liverpool. Like, I feel like this team, and Henderson as well, who people laughed at him a few years ago, but now he's like a great leader, a great asset to the team. So I feel like Liverpool as a team I like a lot, and I like them more than Man City. And I feel like Man City are just like too perfect. And I know they have similar stories. They've got players that Kevin De Bruyne has a similar story to Mo Salah, who was a reject at Chelsea, etc., etc. But I feel like they're too perfect, and maybe it's easy for me to say because they are generally the best playing team. But Liverpool, I think, excite me more. And that's just speaking from me, not as an Arsenal fan. As an Arsenal fan, I don't know if we really care who wins the league out. Both of them, we don't have a rivalry with any of them. In my experience, anyway, as an Arsenal fan. But yeah, this is a long-winded answer, and my final answer is, out of the two teams, I don't really care who wins the league because it doesn't affect me. If Man United were to win the league, if Chelsea were to win the league, if Tottenham were to win the league, then I'd be like, oh, I don't want them to win. But City and Liverpool, you know what? I'm just a neutral, and I like seeing great teams go for it, and I want to see two teams go head-to-head every single season. I just don't want to see one team run away and win it every year. And I feel like this Liverpool team, if they win it this year, and if they win the quadruple, it's a great story. And like I said at the start, I'm a fan of stories. I'm a fan of fairy tales. And yeah, so I'm edging it more to Liverpool. But if City wins, if Liverpool wins, my life don't change. So yeah, that's my answer.
Incredible stuff from every guest there. I'm thoroughly grateful to each one of them for coming on this channel and sharing their wisdom and insights. Very valuable stuff. Right, there we have it. I cannot believe what's happened. But I truly now want Liverpool to win the league. It's not necessarily being passionate about wanting them to win it, but I don't want City to do it. I don't want Guardiola to do it. And what Klopp has built, I am in true admiration of. And therefore, I want City to not win the league more than I want Liverpool to not win the league. That concludes it. Please do me a favour, click in the comment section below and let me know, who do you want to win the league? Who do you support? And then who do you want to win the league? Let me know. It's a really interesting one. If you've enjoyed this style of video, please let me know. Please give it a like. Trying something a bit different here. So if you do enjoy it, let me know and you'll see it again. If you don't enjoy it, you'll never see it again. Thank you so much. Please click subscribe if you haven't yet done it. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.